Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wills YouTube channel. I'm Louise, and if you are new here, welcome. I'm here every Monday night casting on or getting ready to cast on a brand new project that I start every Monday night. And if you are one of the regular viewers, welcome. I'm so happy that you're joining us again. So tonight we're going to talk about, this is the yarn you were voting on. So we'll talk a little bit about the yarn and what the winning project is going to be. I can show you progress on about 3 projects. Last week's new start and a new start that I started on the weekend just because. So I actually had 2 new starts last week because I couldn't resist. And 1 or 2 other I think 2 other projects. Yep, I think I've got them all here with me. So I hope everybody's had a great start to your Monday. Hope you had some time to get some knitting in beginning of your day. If you're ending your day now, hope you got your knitting, get settled in, um, inside, outside if the weather's nice. Hi, everybody. I see some people joining us in here. Sally and Nancy and Liz, Amanda, Diane, Nancy, Kim, Joe. Hi, everybody. Lynn. Lynn, you left me a good comment. And I'm going to try to, you and I were thinking the same thing about the handspun. So let's jump right in and talk about the handspun. So there's a little bit of a story behind this beautiful skein. Look at those colors. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It is like a tealy blue. Most of it's kind of a tealy blue. Then there's some lighter blue. There's a little bit of green. And then, of course, there's like this gold color. My friend Renee spun this. If you watched a few weeks ago, I did a cowl out of another hand spun skein that Renee had had spun. Those ones I had actually purchased from her. Oh, that would have been a month ago at our June beach day. We had our beach day on Saturday, this past Saturday, and Renee gifted this one to me as a little thank you for yeah, for hosting our we're in another knitting group that I kind of run, so, um, all of the work that goes into that, which I thought was so super sweet, and I absolutely love these colors. So, it was already dyed, so she had the fiber already dyed, and, she said when she saw the colors, she immediately thought of me, so she gifted this one to me, so it's super special, and I wanna make something really, really nice. She the Renee, the fantastic spinner who spun this, she left a comment on the Facebook page, and she's like, "Well, if you keep it for yourself, I think you should make a hat." And I'm like, "What? What would you mean? I would never even dream of knitting this and then gifting it. I am keeping this for me without a doubt. This will not be going in the Christmas box." Look at this. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to knit this and wear it. So, hand spun. So one of my questions, well, that I asked myself this morning when I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do with this? I desperately need a new pair of mitts. My hand knit mitts that I had been wearing the last few winters last year got holes in the thumb and like a couple fingers, but I had been wearing them like honestly for like 10 years. They had been around for a really, really long time. They were 100% wool that I had dyed. Um, so when saw this, I thought, oh my goodness, this would be wonderful to wear as mitts because I would literally wear them every day of the winter. I'd get to see them. I'd wear them all the time. A hat, I would wear a lot, not necessarily every day, but I would probably have it with me every day. Um, Somebody had said if you wear it on like as mitts, then I could literally admire it as I'm wearing them. Um, but I did think to myself, is hand spun too special to make mitts out of? And I thought that. So you guys chime in here because I know Lynn, I'm pretty sure it was Lynn left a message saying the same thing. She's like, "Ooh," she's like, "I don't know, hand spun to wear for mitts is, And I'm like, I thought that same thing too. So I thought, if Mitts wins, do I want to make this into mitts? But then I thought, but isn't that not the reason we spin yarn? Is so we can knit it and use it? And I thought it would probably be better to knit it up, wear it as mitts, even if it got a little more abuse than a hat, than to have it sit in my stash for years before I knit it up. So that's why I put mitts in as something to vote for versus a hat or a cowl. I thought about a cowl because this is really nice and soft, you guys. It's merino and nylon. Um, but a cowl, I would wear the least amount out of mitts, hat, cowl. I don't wear a cowl unless it's like I'm going for like a walk, not necessarily every day to work. So anyways, in the end, I decided it would be worth it to put it through the little extra bit of wear and tear that it would get as mitts to be used. And I thought I would let you guys pick and I would not have to pick. So let's see. Nikki said mitts wear out quicker. A hat would last longer for sure. Hi, Mary. Mary says it would be beautiful as an accent color in Farrell. It would be, wouldn't it? Like, oh my goodness. I just absolutely love this. Susie, not used as something as you would, yes, so enjoy, yes. It's gorgeous in both hats and mitts, Sally says. Susanna, hi, Susanna. Hi, Amanda. I couldn't stop staring at the, oh, this stuff up here. I know, it's pretty, that was my pride display, which I think I'll just maybe keep up for a little bit longer just because. I know, it's so fun, isn't it? I'm sure that's the yarn, you must be the yarn you're talking about. Um, I do. Eventually, I will knit that into something. Scarves, probably. Okay, so anyways, hi Debbie. I'm not sure if I said hi to you or not. So, anyways, this is it. Um, hat or mitts. So there was lots of votes today. And well, I mean, I guess about the same as there usually is. There is, we had 103 votes. We always have right around 100, a couple more, a couple less. Last week, for some reason, there was a little bit more. Um, but that's fine. Around 100 is amazing. So it was pretty one-sided, have to say. I thought maybe it would have been a little bit more of a close vote, but it was not. Ended up being divided 66% to 34%. And Liz is giving me the drum roll. Sally's giving me the drum roll. So what you guys voted for, what I'm going to wind this up and knit it. Now, you know what? I just realized, and I think Renee did tell me this. It is two separate skeins, two little skeins. So I'll just alternate them. That's not a problem. Anyways, hat and mitts, drum roll, insert drum roll. Project for this week is 66% of the votes, a hat. So I think it's going to be wonderful. It's going to feel nice. I can wear 100% wool and I don't find it, itchy on the forehead. And this feels really, really nice. So this is, let me tell you, I don't know too much here. So there's 122 meters. And it's more of she said she spun it as like a bulky or a chunky weight. It's a merino nylon. So 90% merino, 10% nylon. So I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous and I cannot wait. I wish you guys could feel it. Oh my goodness. It just is so silky soft. It is super, super gorgeous. So a hat it is. Thanks for voting, you guys. I was kind of leaning towards mitts, but I have no problem with the hat. I'll get lots of wear out of it. It will, last year I wore the Christmas Chronicles 2 beanie all winter long. And that is, of course, our friend Nikki, who's here. Nikki Knits, that is her design. Fantastic. Oh, I should give Nikki a little plug here. Fantastic design. And Nikki actually, if you're in the Fiber Friends, she has given us a code for 10%, 15% off her patterns. So if you're in the Fiber Friends Facebook group, there is a link there. And for our Christmas in July. So Christmas Chronicles 2 beanie would be a perfect pattern to knit. And there's still time to get it in for the Fiber Friends challenge. So, and it is a fun pattern. You guys all know I knit it last year and I wore it all winter long. The hat was lovely. So I will have to balance between my two favorite hats now because I'm sure that this will be be a fun knit and I will love it because I love the colors already. So this is it. I'm going to wind these up. As for a needle size, oh, I don't know, maybe a 5.5. I will have to try and see. I'm not really going to follow a pattern. Just do kind of like my gauge to garment, just a regular, hat. Just let the colors do their thing. Pom pom. That's the next question, right? I guess I'll see how much yarn I have left over if I add a pom pom in or not. I'm thinking doing a little bit wider brim so I can fold it over so it'll be nice and warm. Oh, Susanna, you didn't vote. Oh no, you didn't take a lunch break. That's not good. Okay, so had it is, you guys, that's fantastic. I'm super, super excited for that. What will I show you next? Last week's new start? Might as well. It's sitting right here. Let's go with that. So last week's new start, you guys, this yarn is gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. Remember this skein? You guys picked it. This was the one that went out over the yellow. And I know there was a couple of people who said, Louise, next week you just have to put the yellow skein up and just say exactly like I did with this one. And don't pick the yarn and just get you guys to pick on the project. But and I had kind of planned on doing that with just bringing the yellow back because I really want to knit the yellow from last week. But when I was gifted this, I bumped this up and I thought, no, I'm going to cast this on right away. So this is Like It and Laced Wildflower colorway. It is so pretty, 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 pretty. It's gorgeous in the ball. It's a sock yarn. I think it was an 80/20. And here it is knit up. So I know you guys gave me some shawl patterns last week because I said I was just going to do a one skein shawl with this gorgeous sock yarn, and it'll probably go in my Christmas box. I might keep it, but I think I'm going to give it away. And you guys gave me some suggestions. Jocelyn, there was a pattern from Jocelyn. You got a couple people suggested. The Raina shawl was one you guys suggested, and I was really tempted, but in the end, I just went back to my favorite. My favorite go-to shawl is just a boomerang in garter stitch. And look at how much I'm feeling like I got a really good start on this. So I just cast on 5 stitches. I'm doing a knit front and back increase. So there's my increase side. There, you can kind of see there's the decorative increase row, garter stitch. This is my shaping. This is the decrease side. And there I am. Oh, you know what? I just realized I forgot to show you one project. I forgot to bring it up here. Oh, well. We can talk about it. It's my other shawl. But there. So this was what I kind of I worked the most of my time on this, just getting this started, and the other white shawl. Remember the white one that I'm doing? It's that stash project. One of our guild members was destashing, and I kind of came up with the idea that we should all help her just knit it all up instead of us taking it and throwing it into our stash where it will sit for another 10 years. So that big white fluffy ball of yarn that I've shown the last few weeks, it is 90% acrylic and 10% mohair. It's just white, it's fingering weight, and it has that halo with the mohair. and I'm doing the exact same thing. The only thing different with it is I'm doing yarn overs for the increase instead of knit front and back. That was me being wild and crazy, switching up my increase. And it is getting quite big. And I had a stitch marker on it to show how much progress I had done. And it's quite a bit larger than this. But I'm pretty sure I did. I left it downstairs. So you'll have to see it all next week. But it's coming along good, and it has a deadline of middle of August to try and be done. So I am going to now weigh my ball and see how many grams I have left, divided by how many weeks I have, and kind of get an idea of where I need to be like every Friday night, how much I need to have knit to be on track to have it all finished. So I'm not worrying because my ball is I'm definitely at least halfway. So I'm feeling like there's not a lot of pressure to get that finished on time. But anyways, I see some comments here that's saying, yes, this is gorgeous. Um, I know, Debbie, it is. It is very summery colors, isn't it? Which then makes me think about wearing it in the winter, but I think it'll still, of course, it'll be lovely, like with a black coat or a gray coat or a green or a red. I mean, there's so many colors in here. I think it would go nicely with a lot of different coats. So it'll just, yeah, add a little pop of color in the middle of winter. Susanna. Oh, Susanna, are you having trouble with something in the in one of Jocelyn's patterns? Hi, Jocelyn. Susie. Oh, the handspun is gorgeous, but the boomerang shawl is very pretty. Thanks. I know this is really pretty, isn't it? Hi, Jude. 90 dishcloths. Oh, hey, Sam. Did Sam say she had 90 dishcloths done? She just like whips these things out like crazy. Fabulous. Um, Oh, yes, so Nikki's saying the scarf will work anytime. I think so. I think it'll be nice in the winter as well. Um, yeah, and it is really fun. It's a really pretty color. So lichen and lace wildflower. So I'm assuming that they still make this because of course I've had this in my stash for a few years. Gotta stop doing that. And I am, right? I just got this 2 days ago and I'm casting it on. I know I do this all the time. I have things in my stash, I cast them on, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Why did I not cast it on and enjoy it years ago?" Yeah, so I'm gonna try to cut it down a little bit. I'm not gonna say I buy way too much yarn to cast it all on right away. But anyways, I know this is looking lovely, and, I'm just gonna keep working away on it because again, like I've said before, it's my Netflix knit night knitting because it's so simple. It's just a good project to have. You can just pick it up and just knit wherever you are on it without thinking too much. All right, so last week's project, I worked on a couple. So I worked on the other, like I said, the white shawl, which I forgot to bring up here. So I will try to remember to bring that up for next week. And you can see by next week, I will have double the progress. So it'll be even more impressive. So you'll be like super impressed and surprised when you see it next week. Okay. I worked on a little bit, not really hardly even enough to really show you, but I'm just going to because the yarn is sparkly and it's pretty. And I'm just going to show it. So I did work a teeny weeny weeny little bit on my sock. This sock is going to be winning the prize for the slowest progress ever. Um, this sock, I knit most of it last year. I'm guessing probably November, December. And I have got um hmm, like maybe 15 rounds done on it since then. I picked it up for Christmas in July a couple of weeks ago for the Fiber Friends. And yeah, I have not um, worked on it very much. I took it to the beach. I did knit a few rounds on it until it got rained out. I was only there for about 15 minutes and it started to rain. So that was the end of the sock knitting, but I did get a few rounds in on it. I know it is so sparkly. It's a Mary Maxim yarn. So if you guys have, I don't know if I think the Mary Maxim in Port Huron closed, I believe. So ours is still open in Paris, Ontario. So if you want to order it, I'm sure they probably will still have it. It is holiday something. Nope. Mistletoe sparkle. It is so fun. It's got that gold sparkle in there. Very, very sparkly, very fun. So, but what honestly, what I do need to do is I need to find a little 9-inch or another DPN. This is really making me wonder how I knit socks on 4 DPNs for like a bazillion years. This I learned to knit socks on 4 DPNs. And I have it on because you can see it's on 3, and here's number 4 for my working needle. Do you guys knit with 4 or 5 needles when you use DPNs? Um, I know, I just find it so tight. Um, like like obviously because all these stitches are on one needle, I just feel like I really want it to bend. I really want it to be flexible like this so you can just move it around. Okay, Kim, you said you use 4. So I think because I've gotten used to using 5 that I pick it up and I'm just like, "Ooh, this is just like stuck." I don't know. It's funny, right? But once I get knitting on it, I'm fine. But it does stick in the back of my mind. It's like, "Ooh, I think I'd be more comfortable with 5," which I think is kind of why I don't pick it up as often. Um, but it's funny because when I learned on 4, we learned on 4, that's all we had because there wasn't 5 in a package back then. I think, yeah, how many years ago was that? And, um, and you just did because you didn't know any different. But now that I use 5, I find 4 just a little uncomfortable. Not impossible, but yeah, so I don't know. I may find a fifth needle or I may just carry on. Um, Slower than Eric socks, Lynn. Poor I will never live down Eric socks, will I? Well, so far, it seems to be slower than Eric socks, so that's only sock 1. And, oh, you just got the Mary Maxim catalog. Oh, and you saw the yarn, but you know you're not a sock person. You could make a hat with it though, Anne. Sock yarn doesn't necessarily mean socks. It would make like, what a fun sparkly hat it would be. Oh, Amanda, you use 5 unless I've lost. Well, you know what? I'm sure that's exactly what has happened here. One has fallen out of the bag. I've broken a wooden one because as you can see, I have a metal and I have 3 wood. And so I was probably hard pressed to find 5 that were not already in use on one of my other numerous sock webs. So yeah, I this was probably a case of just use what I had. Um, so let's see. Oh, Nikki says it depends on what I'm making, but I prefer 5 or even better magic loop or a mini circular. I know, and I think that the 9-inch circular is definitely my favorite. I was always a DPN girl, always. I would always do that over magic loop. But then as soon as I tried the 9-inch circular, I was hooked. But I can't find any 9-inch circulars or I would switch it. But I don't mind using the DPNs either. Joe says she's a 9-inch circular knitter. Yeah. Um Jocelyn, I love using sock yarn for mitts and shawls. Absolutely. It's such a lovely yarn to work with. It is. Yep. It's nice and lightweight. Can use it for a bazillion things other than socks. Liz, that's right. Flexi flips. I have 2 pairs of those around here somewhere that I will find eventually because they're on a project somewhere, stuck in a bag. Oh, Sam, I heard my phone ding. That was you? Okay, hold on. Nikki, you learned on 4. I think a lot of us, I would say this would be, if I was to guess, I would say most of us learned on 4 needles. Like if anybody learned longer than what, 5 or 10 years ago? Time goes by. Well, 5. That's that's just, like, not too far pre-COVID, so, yeah, probably 10 years now. Yeah, if anybody learned in the last 10 years, you might have learned on a little 9-inch circular, but pre that, we probably all learned on DPNs, most of us. But I would say that if the little 9-inch circulars hit or miss again, because I was gonna say, I think a lot of people maybe have kind of moved from DPNs to, like, Magic Loop or the 9-inch circular, but some people like 9-inch circular and some absolutely hate it, so I don't know. I say use whatever needles you can find. That is what I go with. Um, I know I need to, and they like a reason to buy. I know I get more 9-inch circulars. I just cast on more socks that I don't finish. Have a sock problem. I need to rectify that. Oh, Jocelyn, she's a magic loop sock knitter mostly, but I do have some small circulars to try. I hate using DPNs for socks. See, that's fair, right? And I think it depends maybe on your tension and how you make it with ladders. If you have trouble with ladders, DPNs are not going to be probably your first choice because you're going to have more chances to have ladders, right? Susie said, "Oh, I learned about 8 years ago and learned on Magic Loop." Yeah. Oh, Sam, you've had a hard time getting the hang of DPNs. Well, see, and then that's why you try the little round circular or Magic Loop. I have an F word problem. I do have an F word problem. I know. I yes. Um oh. Okay, you guys. Sam sent me a picture not of one dishcloth, but of 9. These are the ones that she's got done so far this month. Um okay, Joe. Yep, Joe's Craft Journey says I learned on 4 DPNs many years ago. Yep. See, I think we're probably in that same category, right? Oh, Amanda's got to run. Bye, Amanda. Have a great night. Okay, so let's take a peek here. I'm going to show you Sam's dishcloths. Okay, wait a second. Let me see if I can. Okay, try not to get too much glare here. So look at this one. This one here in the center bottom, you guys. That is the one Sam did for the Fiber Friends um, Christmas in July challenge. And what? There's a cable one. Oh, okay. This one and this one up top is an owl that she learned baubles on because I saw those ones in person. And then the cables, looks like the other 3. This one, and this one. That's a cat. Nope, top. I don't know. There's a couple cable, a couple of illusion cat. Super fun. Good job, Sam. Awesome. Oh, Jude says Norwegian mom learned on 5 many moons ago. See, I think it was like a European Scandinavian thing to have 5 needles, and then maybe that eventually made its way here but we typically, well, always had 4, right? Like I always remember my grandma knitting with 4. There just wasn't 5 when I started knitting. Interesting how different locations, um different methods. We learn different things, right? Susanna, I'm on row 15 of day 21. There are 20 rows. What? There are 20 rows? Oh, okay. 20 rows, and you're on row 15. You're almost done. Day 22 has 4 rows. Oh my gosh, you can get that done too. Awesome. Okay. Well, Susanna, you're making good progress. Sam's making wonderful progress on her dishcloths. I am making very slow progress, but I don't have to pull it out. So that should be a win, right? I'm slow and steady forward. I don't have to pull anything out. I haven't done anything wrong. Cross fingers. I'm just going to keep plugging away. So, Christmas sock is fun. I'm just working on it a little bit here and there. The other thing I started, so I said had a brand new start. I started this on Saturday after the Fiber Friends podcast because I wanted to do a Christmas stocking. So I had these 2 colors. I've got, well, you can just see the green, the red down here. There's a shelf down here, just a small bookshelf that I have got green, red, and white yarn. It is just a Christmas holiday shelf for my holiday yarn. There's some sparkle. Oh my goodness. You guys will have a conniption when you see this stuff. I still have some of this. Remember I made Christmas trees out of the styrofoam tree-shaped cones? I still have some of this, which means I can do more. They were so fun. And then, of course, I decorated them with pom-poms. But anyways, I've got all this. I have all this Christmas yarn. I want to knit this up. I have used this, and this has mostly been pom-pom making yarn. I do a lot for work if I'm doing any kind of crafty things with my clients. Every November, December, I take my pom-pom makers with me and balls of yarn, and we make pom-pom decorations for Christmas trees, garlands, all that kind of thing. So I thought this time though, I actually want to use some of this up, and I may just go in a little bit of a buying binge here and get some new Christmassy colored yarn for this year. So I started. I didn't get super, super far, but I did. This is my new needle. Saturday after Cheryl and I podcast and before I went to the beach, actually on my way to the beach, I stopped at Knit Stitch because I could not find a 4.5 millimeter 16-inch. Well, I couldn't find a 4.5 in anything to do the Christmas stocking. I would have done this magic loop if I could have found a larger needle, but I couldn't. So I had to stop. I had to go. I had to buy. So here it is. It's in use. It's one of the Leica needles, 4.5 millimeter, 16-inch, and I just cast on 68 stitches. I think 64, 68. I think I was able to squeeze in 68. I was running short. I did a long tail cast on, and I was almost running out, but I think I got 68 on here. It's either 64 or 68, and I think it's going to make a pretty like a good size stocking. We were chatting a little bit Saturday because I said I just thought with a worsted weight, I would just follow a regular sock pattern, cast on six. Like I was thinking 68. I was going to do 72, but I ran short. So, and then just follow a regular sock pattern, do a short row heel, and see what size it came out. There was some chat that it might not be super, super big, but I think it's going to be fine because that's not so that's 16 inches around, and that's not completely stretched out. So I think it will be fine. I think it'll be a good size stocking, and I'm going to stripe it. I am going to do kind of wide, not color blocking, like not chunks, but wider. I don't know. I'll just gauge it. I'll knit it and I'll know it. I'll just hit that round and be like, that's it. That's how wide I want my stripes. And I'm just going to go red, green, white, and do the stocking. And then use it, I don't know, either here just for some decoration over the holidays, or what I'm thinking I might do is maybe do a few of them and then donate them in November to like the women's shelter and fill them with I don't know, candy, chocolates, or I haven't got that far. I was knitting on it and I thought, oh, this would be good to actually donate because I want to donate some of the shawls. Maybe I'll just put shawls in it, put some chocolates in it, and donate them. And they can either hand the stockings out if somebody actually needs them at home, somebody needs a stocking for one of their kids, or just to use in the women's shelter as decoration would be, I think, a fun idea. So I think I'm going to go with that and just knit some big, larger stockings. Um, oh, Susie's asking, if you use long tail cast on, is there a way to use another method to get remainder of stitches if you are short yarn for expected cast on? You can, if you catch yourself soon enough, you can flip your yarns around and try to get, if your tail Let me think here. Oh, and now I gotta think, Susie. If your tail is over your thumb, I think it uses more yarn. So if you switch it around, you can kind of stretch it out a little bit that way. Um, Sometimes it works, sometimes not. I don't know if anybody else has any other secret. That's the only one that I know of. Um, yeah, I don't know because if you change to actually try a different cast on, it will look different because you get this, I would call it like a rope look with the long tail cast on. So yeah, it's always best just to make sure you use some of those tricks before you start. Um, what is there? I always basically know, I always do like a measure, and I know a certain arm's length with a certain weight of yarn will give me X number of stitches. You can wrap what you can wrap it around the needle. Like if you need 100 stitches, wrap it around 100 times and then give yourself a little extra just to be safe. It probably would be better to do that, but I know we don't always, right? Sometimes I thought I had enough for 72 and I was that much short. But um, anyways, oh, okay. Autumn saying you can switch to a cable cast on. So there you could do. Okay, yep, Sam. Yep, then try magic loop. Oh, Liz says that does look like a good size stocking. I think so. I think it'll do the job for sure. And once I get it off this and actually see how big it is, then I'll see if I want to do one a little bigger. I like the idea of like doing nice, well, maybe not this big, but I like a really, really big size stocking. So, and I think I will do some just solids, some smaller stripes, and just work through some of the charm. Hi, Elena. Oh, okay. You've had to do that before. So switching to a cable cast on, that is good to know. It's always good to have a plan B for when you run out because I know sometimes you can plan and you think you've got the long tail long enough and you don't. Sometimes what I will do if you've got two balls, so if you know it's going to be a two ball project, you can use two ends from ball one and ball two. And then that way you don't have to do a long tail at all. You just, from both balls of yarn, just start as if you were doing like a non-long tail cast on. You just leave enough to weave in. Take strand one from ball one, actually ball two, and again, do that. You can make your slip knot, or you can start without a slip knot. And then you've got your tails, just ignore those. And your two strands, that's what you use to put your fingers in and cast on with. So you could cast on 10,000 stitches and you can go as long as you want and you will never run out as long as you've got enough on your ball. So that is a handy way of doing it. Or you could use your one ball and cast on from the center and the outside and have two strands. The only thing is once you get your your 100 stitches cast on, you do have to cut one and then you'll have an extra tail to weave in. But then you just carry on with your other working yarn and so you don't even have to pull it long tail and estimate those stitches. So that works too. Oh, Susanna, I have a pattern for you, Louise. It is called Karen United Worlds. Oh, World's Biggest Stocking Crochet or Biggest Stocking Knit. Really? That okay, I'm excited. I want to see how big that is. Like, is it absolutely huge or is this like normal usable size big? Oh, yep. Debbie says, yep, inside and outside of the ball as well. You can. I find that, well, I mean, you're just casting on. So I was gonna say I find it a little fiddly using inside and outside, but you're just casting on and then you cut one and then you carry on. Yeah, absolutely, Debbie. Jude, oh, I do like the 2 ends method. While you have a whole heap of stitches to cast on, I either end up with not enough or, way too much. Yeah. Or then you end up with a big long tail. And I know with some people that drives them crazy too is having this big long tail because then you're wasting that yarn. So yeah, doing the 2 ends, just like Jude said, then either way, you don't run out, you don't have a long tail. So that's a fun little tip. So you guys try it. If anybody's casting on this week, give it a try and let me know what you think. So that is okay. So my Christmas stocking, I'm really excited for that. I have got the urge. I have not watched Christmas movies the last week or so. I am in the mood to watch some more Christmas movies. Maybe during the week, definitely this coming weekend, I'm going to watch at least one more. Um, I was in a client's house today, and she had on the TV, and they were advertising. So there was like little commercials, like Saturday at 8 o'clock, and it was all ones that I had watched last year. I'm like, oh, that was one of my favorites last year. Except I canceled that channel, so I can't be watching that. So I'm gonna have to just see whatever's on Netflix or Prime, and I will watch another one or two. As I'm knitting my Christmas stocking, it just all seems to fit together. Christmas stocking, Christmas movie. Yeah, I will just enjoy. So that is not all. I've got bags everywhere, you guys. Still not the white shawl. Out of all the things that I picked up, I left that one. But I did work on one other project. I was trying to get a good chunk done on this capelet, and I did not put in a stitch marker. So I have really no idea how much I actually knit on this week. Without having a stitch marker on here, I look at it and I think that I've done nothing. But I know I have because my ball is getting smaller. So tonight, I think I will definitely put a stitch marker on here. So next week when I show it to you, we'll have a visual of exactly how much I got done. Now, I did put this on at the beach on Saturday to try it on because I have just been doing increases every other round. And I think I should be at the point where I am finished decreasing. So I'm going to put this on. It took 2 other um, long knitting needles, slipping it on to be able to get it spread out wide. So the last time I tried it on, it looked like it was almost where I wanted it. And I did a few more rounds with a few more increases. So I'm going to try it on one more time and with definitely enough cord in here so that I can actually put it on and measure it accurately and see what it looks like. But I think I'm almost there. If not, I think I am, or super, super close. And then it will just be straight knitting. So no more increasing, just round and round and round until I'm ready to finish it off. So this is super exciting. It's I know. Remember, I had said that I wanted it for like what 2.5 weeks. Our August long weekend. I think you guys in the U.S. I think you must probably have. I'm not sure if it's the exact week. I think it is. I feel like I do this every year, trying to think. Canada and U.S. Which holidays line up on the same weekends, or which ones are like a week off? Anyways, we have one coming up in like 3 weekends. And I wanted to have this done in case it was chilly up north. And I know everybody was eye rolling, and I could feel the eye rolls through the camera. They're like, Louisa, it's not going to be cold enough. Keep it till October. So, but it's getting there. It's getting longer. I know a couple people I just saw just said they love the color. I love this color too. This is Bernat. Nope, it's not. It's Barocco. Barocco Vintage Chunky. And the colorway is either fern or fennel. And I can't remember. The Barocco remix and the chunky One's fern, one's they're green, one's fern, one's fennel. I don't know. I'm gonna guess. I was gonna say fennel, which means it's probably fern. I don't know. But there's not too many shades of green. So if you were to go online and look for it, it would be pretty obvious which green this is. But yeah, so look, my ball's getting smaller, which makes me happy because that means I'm definitely getting some progress in here. And because there's quite a number of stitches I haven't counted. So, when you get a ton of stitches around, the depth doesn't grow that fast because you're going around. It's taking a lot of yarn to go around. But this tells the proof. I'm getting there. So I'm just going to keep working on this one too. And that, I think, is what I worked on this week. I have a couple of other projects that are really close to a finish, and I had wanted to finish them for this week, but I just kept knitting on all these other things and couldn't put them down. So I'm gonna have to be a little more diligent, kind of time block my time for certain projects and get these other couple projects that are like this close to being done, get them done. I can put them on my whiteboard. I can show you guys finishes and I can get my needles back because then I won't have to go buy anymore. Because I'm getting to the point in the year where I'm halfway through the year. I've got a lot of projects on needles. So my new, available needles for New Start Mondays is at a premium. So I got to get a couple things finished. So maybe that will be, I'm not going to guarantee anything because as soon as I do that, you all know I get absolutely nothing done. So we'll see. Liz says, I know work is interfering with my knitting. I know because I've gone back to work. And definitely, I have no daytime knitting hours except a little bit before I go to work and um, a little bit at night. So, question, Louise, are we doing the mid-month motivation this Thursday or next Thursday? Good question, Jocelyn. Hold on. Let me see. So Jocelyn and I told you guys Saturday. So Jocelyn, even before you knew, because I knew you weren't watching the Fiber Friends podcast, but I did mention it when Cheryl and I were podcasting that you and I, our August goal check-in, we were going to have to alter that date because it's the weekend. It's the week before the long weekend, and I'm going away. So Jocelyn and I are going to podcast one day sooner. Normally we podcast the first Thursday of the month. We're going to podcast Wednesday night, which will be August the 2nd. So if you guys join us for that, just make a note of that. We won't be around on the Thursday. So let me check. We are podcasting. Where are we? Next Thursday, Jocelyn. Yes, next Thursday, the 20th, is our mid-month. I know. I got to start writing these down. Oh my gosh, Susanna, thank you, Susanna, for sending the pattern. Um, I have a feeling, is this another Louise and Jocelyn knit crochet? Oh, what? What day is it? All right, hold on. Hold on for 1 second. You're right. Apparently, I need an assistant. It is the 17th. My gosh, how the time is just flying. Okay, yes. Jocelyn, we are chatting this Thursday night. Yay. I know. I know. I don't know. Suzanne, I know. Today is the 17th. That is crazy. Yes. So Suzanne, yes, or Jocelyn, we will. Everybody, we'll be back Thursday night. As long as I remember. Okay. That's right. Oh my gosh. The summer is flying by. Okay, what did Jocelyn say? I want to know. I was watching. I was at the American was that Saturday. Oh yeah, at the fiber market on Sunday, and the 20th is this Thursday. I know. Okay, good job. Apparently, I'm a week behind. So good job we have that sorted out. Um, yes, Thursday night, Jocelyn and I will be here chatting. Oh, Sam, did you? Okay, let me see if I can find your comment, Sam. Okay, so what have you guys been working on? Is anybody close to a finish? Is anybody casting anything on? Um, I'm just gonna look back here. Sam, I'm not sure. Oh, don't make 20 dish club because your wrist. Okay, that's all right. Okay, well then stop knitting. That's an easy one to solve, Sam. Yes, if it is, yeah, if you're saying if your wrist is bothering you, just stop. You have awed everybody with the amount of dishcloths you have done up to this point. So yes, absolutely. If you don't knit one other dishcloth, everybody is still going to think you are absolutely amazing because I'm pretty sure nobody else here has knit 90 dishcloths. You are still the dishcloth queen. Oh, Susanna, your daughter is 50 today. Oh my goodness, that's such an exciting birthday. So, are you guys doing? Are you doing like a birthday supper tonight, or did you do it on the weekend or this coming weekend? How fun! Oh, dude, you're close to a finish. If I ever get this long ass blanket border done, feels endless, but it'll be beautiful when you are finished. Sally, you're on the foot of your second Christmas sock. Oh my goodness. I'm so envious of you. You are whipping through those socks like so quick. I just need to sit down again and work on them. Susie, you just cast on your second peach sock and hubby's Musselburgh hat. Wonderful. You're on a second sock too. Okay. I got to catch up to you girls. Jocelyn, you started a 1908 Edwardian capelet shawl project last week. So you're working on that. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Nice. So you started. So is that a different one than the one that you started for our capelet challenge? Do you have two on the go, Jocelyn? Not that there's anything wrong with that. The more the merrier. We all know that, right? Nikki says secret work knitting. Ooh, Nikki had said something about a blanket design. I wonder if that's what the secret is. It's not so secret. Well, I don't know. Or is it something absolutely secret that we know nothing about, Nikki? Secret work knitting in the spring sorrel and the antler summer tea and spinning. Oh, for the attuned shawl. You were a busy girl. Elena, happy birthday. Yes. Liz, I picked out a vintage pattern but need to do some math. Oh, you got to do a little adjusting. Okay, good. Hi, Diane. Finished Christmas socks, yarn cake with leftovers. Fun. Two angels, all gifts, and cast on socks for me. You are also very super productive. Oh, okay, Sam. Yep. Go look after your wrist. Have a great night. Jocelyn, I can't wait to see Nikki's secret work knitting. I know. I know. All you have to do is just add the word secret to it. And then I'm like, I need to know what this is. I know. What is it? Socks? Hat? I know. It could be so many things. Hi, Kim. Kim is halfway through her second sock. You guys are all on second socks. I am really slacking. I need to pull up my socks. I need I need to get with the program here. I need to get knitting. Maybe that's what I'll work on tonight. I'll wind my hat yarn, find a needle. Oh, that's going to be that's going to take me a little while. And yeah, maybe I should work on my Christmas socks. Oh, Susanna. Well, hopefully that changes. But I'm still wishing her a happy birthday. Okay, so Jocelyn says for the capelet, technically the Edwardian is crochet and the Midnight Slayer is knit. So while both are capelets, they are very different. Well, absolutely. But you don't have to justify it, Jocelyn. If you want to cast on another one, you go ahead. Hi, Nancy. Nancy is working on Mother Earth wrap and just started on a Ona scarf. The first time holding mohair with another yarn. Fantastic. How are you liking that, holding the two together? It's kind of nice. You just have to be a little careful, don't you, that you don't miss one of the strands as you're going. So yeah, you just got to keep an eye, don't you? Oh, Susie, you also started a small Christmas cross stitch project, and it's all you want to do. Well, you know what? Do what makes you happy. Yeah, if cross stitch is it this week, then yeah, work away on it. Fun, fun. Well, that's so fun. Everybody's got good projects on the needles. It sounds so exciting. But yeah, I am really getting the urge thinking that I should be working on these socks. We'll see. We'll see. I always have great plans, and then when it comes down to it, maybe I need to see if I can find a 9-inch circular needle. I wonder, but you know what? I'm almost at the toe. So it's not really worth it. Where am I here? Because you can't do a toe on a 9-inch circular. So I just need to just carry on because I don't have that much more to go. I mean, I have a little bit, but really, I'm a capable knitter. I'm just whining a little bit. I can totally just knit on these needles, and I think that's what I should do. Instead of trying to find something else, I'm just going to carry on with these. It will be fine. It will be fine. And yeah, get down, just get few more inches done, and then well, maybe a little more than a couple, maybe, but then I'll be ready to decrease for the taupe, and I need my DPNs then anyways. So yeah, I'm just gonna get that thought out of my head. This is absolutely fine and perfect the way it is. I will just carry on, and maybe I'll have some good progress to show you next week. Okay, let's see. Diane says you finished the 1923 vintage summer sweater. Did you really get it finished already? Okay, you guys are finishing the next month's challenge before it's even started. I am having trouble getting the current one done. That is awesome. I saw pictures of it, either blocking or partially finished. You need to shop for a new skirt and shoes. Oh my gosh, Diane, I cannot wait to see you modeling this. This is going to look fantastic. Um, okay. Okay, so Nancy says, so the holding the two strands together is slow, but it seems good. Fantastic. Um, they keep posting based on tune. On a scarf. Oh, it's a hobby pattern. Okay. Oh, fun. All right. Well, you guys, this has been a wonderful way to spend a Monday evening. So thank you so much for all of the votes for what I should knit with this beautiful hand spun. I can't wait to get this wound and get this on the needle. So I think we're going to wrap this up now so I can do a little looking for a needle. I'm going to have to do a gauge swatch on this yarn. So I'm just thinking out loud here. Do I do just a gauge swatch? Do I cast on? No, I'm not. Look, I answered my own question right off the bat. I am just going to do a little cheater in the round gauge swatch. I'm not going to cast on the whole hat yet. I'm just going to do a nice 4-inch size and get a feel for what size needle I want to do. I think I'm going to go a little tighter, a little smaller, just so it'll be nice and warm, but I don't want it super, super stiff. Like I don't want it to stand up on its own, but I want it to be fairly tight so the wind's not going to blow through it. So I will just play around, get a feel for knitting with this gorgeous yarn, and I'm going to work on those socks. The more I keep thinking about you guys' socks, I'm like, okay, I want to have some serious sock progress to show you guys next week. So don't hold me to that, but fingers crossed. We'll see what I get done. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for voting. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic week. Hope you've managed to get a little bit of knitting time in every day. And apparently Jocelyn and I will be here on this channel again Thursday night chatting. And then we'll be back here again next Monday with another new start. And I will have some more knitting progress to show you. Have a fantastic week, everybody. See you Thursday night.